Okay, I'm going to show you how you can create your first open source code contribution with zero programming skills, just using your browser, no editor, no knowledge how to pull down the code. Yeah, assuming that you more or less know what you can change. In this case, we are working on an issue where the maintainer already put in some code that you can probably place somewhere in order to get the issue done. So in this case, we have a web application and there should be an embedded YouTube playlist on the landing page, maybe here, right? So the landing page is here, and the maintainer would like to show a YouTube playlist with regular meetings and pair programmings to give more credit to the open source community, and also to show that there's actually an active community behind the project and maintaining it. So this is how the landing page looks like right now. And what a lot of people don't know is that you can actually change the HTML code on your machine, like locally in your browser. And you can basically just say inspect, and this will open the developer tools. And the developer tools are here on my site. And when you say inspect, you can also jump right into an HTML node. So when I hover over an HTML node here, you can see that on the left side, the respective node is highlighted in blue. And you can also expand and collapse certain nodes. So apparently the structure of this whole site is that you have these rows, these centered rows, right? You can see it here. And all we have to do is probably to place some code, if we follow the spec here, like this screenshot, between these numbers and these logos. So yeah, right between these two nodes here, all right? Many people don't know that you can actually edit the HTML. So this is how you do it. You right click on it, you say edit as HTML, and then you have the HTML code of that node here. And we know, okay, all we have to do is to add centered rows. So you have div, class, then this thing here with quotation marks, centered row. And in HTML you have to close tags, and the closing tag always has this slash in front of it. So if you have a div, you will have a closing div with a / somewhere. So what we can do is we just add this div and close it right here. And when I use my keyboard and I hit Control and then Enter, that will update the HTML site. Right now the node is empty, so there will be nothing except some space. Okay, fair enough. So here we have our centered row, which is currently empty, so I cannot expand it. However, I can continue working on it, adding more content to it. And the maintainer of our issue here already pasted some code that we can use. So this is an iframe, which is the embed code of a YouTube playlist. And we can probably just copy paste it right here. And again, hit Control and Enter. There we go. And suddenly there is the playlist.
We're live!
Yeah, this is me. This is me waving at the community members. So this works, but keep in mind that if you refresh your browser now, that the changes will be lost. And that's why we added this HTML again. And since we are happy with it, we just copy the code and we remember where we have to place it. So there's one centered row here with this data visualization stuff. And there's a centered row down here. and we want to place it in between. And we have to know, okay, where does the code come from the server? Like there must be some kind of template. And in order to find the code where we can incorporate this in the actual code base, it is great to look for certain IDs. These IDs are unique identifiers of certain nodes. That is, for example, here, this ID index page or ID approval, right? So I'll copy that code now and then go back to GitHub. GitHub knows where the code is. And here I can search for code. For example, ID and then index minus hyphen page. I think this was it, like double quotes. Let's see what we can find. Boom, there's exactly one code result, and it's always great to use IDs because it will bring us directly to the template. So this is apparently the location where the HTML code is stored. So we just click on it. Here we can see the index page, and apparently we have our centered rows here. Like there's one column centered row, here's another centered row, and so on and so on. So let's go back to our to get some orientation. So we have data visualizations and then summarized statistics, and we have these numbers here. So given that this application is translated, we'll probably not see the exact wording here, but maybe this will give us a hint. So this page here is in English and in German. When I translate it, the text will change, and therefore it's not likely that we will find the exact match somewhere in the code. Okay, but it can give us some orientation. We have these centered rows here. And there we go. So apparently we see something here. This means summarize statistics. This is probably some kind of translation key. And here we have a centered row with some visualizations. So apparently all we have to do is to put our code here at line 183. GitHub is an amazing web application, and it allows us to edit source code on the website itself. So here we have this edit icon, and if I click on it, it tells me I have to be on a branch. Okay, fair enough. Master. Okay, now it's getting complicated. But now I'm on a branch, and I can say edit this file. I scroll down to the place to line 183. We're here. And I just put the code here. And this is pretty much it. I could now propose a file change. And and make a commit message, for example, add YouTube playlist with our community developer meetings. Oh, more than, okay. With our meetings. And a reason in order to give credit to the community. Great, and then we can say we create a new branch. I do, as a maintainer, I see that I can directly make changes to the master branch. If you're an ordinary contributor, you have to create a fork, but GitHub will tell you what to do. So now I'm creating a new branch, and I say propose file change. And this is it. Now I created a pull request. So the maintainer gets a notification, here's the changed part, and can react to it. And this could be your first code contribution.